What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Gabe here, and we're here again
with the one EJS or EJ the Supreme, or you know me by my actor name, Edwin Sherman. What's going on, y'all?
Oh yeah,
Edwin J. Sherman.
And that's what we're here about to talk about. His recent acting. You know, we talked last time this year when we talked about the Soldiers play.
Sure did.
And we will. And there is really we're gonna get to that there.
Yes, we are.
Because gonna have a little special way to do that one.
Okay.
No spoilers there. So you'll see when we get to that. But we want to talk about your recent acting history leading up before the Soldiers play. Yeah.
All right. Talk about it, man.
Yeah. So in my last interview with Clayton Canada of the Escalation movie, he gave us quite a bit of info on that there.
Yep.
What was it like on your end being in that movie?
Oh man, so Escalation was quite the adventure because we were really racing against the clock. It was really a good filmmaking challenge, and shout out to Clayton Canada. He knows about the entire adventure. We were downtown Shreveport at the Southern Building, actually next door to the Southern Building.
Oh,
next door to the Southern Building. And shout out to Mr. Tommy Nard, T Vocals, for letting us use his space to record all the interior scenes. Yeah, so it was really an adrenaline rush, to say the least. It was really action-packed. I really was excited about doing performing in this show because I was more physical in Escalation than I was in a lot of other movies up there.
Oh yeah.
Because we running out there in the heat, and we're going back and forth. There's shooting, there's blood, there's violence, there's all kind of just non-stop thrills, and it was really just that race against the clock. But it was a great challenge. It was a challenge, but it was a great challenge.
Yeah, I saw that for myself when I reacted to the movie. There,
appreciate it,
man. That was so. Now, what was it like for you being in Miss Sherry Ray's Sherlock Holmes? But I know we did a short on that, so a little more detail on that.
So with Miss Cherie Gray's Sherlock Holmes, shout out to Cherie Gray. I just worked with her again in a recent production, which we'll talk about. Yeah. It was really, really, really cool. So the funny story about that one was I was not originally in line to be in the production, but like a week or two, it was like a week or two, maybe like a week prior to the show coming out, I was cast in the show. I was playing the lead antagonist in the production, and Miss Cherie Gray, she called me. She said, "Hey, would you mind playing the villain in this show?" And I'm like, "Okay, I give a shot as a villain." And it's more of a classic, twiddling of the mustache type of villain, not the most sadistic villain, but they're kind of
classic back in the day kind of villains.
right, like gruesome in his own way type of thing. Mm-hmm. And so it was in working with the young kiddos in theater is always good because they're learning. I'm still learning at the same time. They're kind of looking at me like, okay, how do you do this? How do you do this, that, and the third? Man, it was a good educational experience for them, and it's just another great adventure for me, and I really enjoyed it.
Yep, and like I say, yeah, he did brilliant. Me and Christina definitely saw that one as well. Yeah, and I know you had you said you had called like 2 weeks, so you had to really
get
learn that there.
Well, the good thing about it is, luckily I watched some Sherlock Holmes a little bit, or I kind of knew, some of the characters. Yeah, so it was like, okay, it was good kind of feeling it.
Yep. But that's a talent right there when you can just act on the spot at the last minute like that.
That, and I don't know if you have this in your questions, but I will add there was another production at around that same time. I had got casted in the week of the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you didn't have your questions, it was the Emmett Till production.
Oh, I think I may have heard you mention about that one.
Yes. So if that was not in your questions, I'm just adding on in there. And this is around the same time I was scheduled to be in Cherie's production. So this is one of the first few times I literally had 2 productions on my list.
So like some of them actors when they had to do 2 things.
It's 2 things. So literally I had 2 scripts in my head at the same time, and one of those scripts I literally had to perform the week of. And Emmett Till, I played the grandfather of Emmett Till, Spearman. And of course, if you do your history, go do your research about Emmett Till. It's a very tragic story. And luckily, in my case, I already knew the story. I already knew what happened. I knew what the history of what happened. So to play the grandfather, I just simply kind of filled in that role. And yeah, everything turned out good with that one. And then right after that one was Miss Cherie Gray's production. So I was cast in Cherie Gray's production before Vincent Williams. Shout out to Mr. Vincent Williams, because I was in Emmett Till, and that was his production he directed. I was cast in Cherie Gray's production before Vincent Williams' production, but Vincent Williams' production came out before hers. Cherie's.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, double duty. They're doing double duty there.
Double duty, y'all.
Now when y'all hear whenever y'all hear him say that he's busy, yeah, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, busy, y'all. Busy.
Yeah, and going a little further back, now I did have a video on this, but it was on the other channel before we switched over to Miracle Productions, and I was basically telling my 2 cents, but from you, what was it like being in Mika Thompson's Zoo-Man play?
Okay, Micah.
Micah.
Yeah. Brother Micah, shout out to Brother Micah. I recently spoke with him. He supported me in the recent production that we probably will talk about later on after this. So Zoo-Man the Sign. Shout out to Marsha Nelson. She had mentioned Micah Thomas to me. He was casting for a theater show called Zoo-Man the Sign at the East Bank Theater. And I wasn't too familiar with the story, and this is my first time working with Micah, but I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. You know, I'll see what it is. I'm looking for new experiences, new stories stories to craft and new things to get into. And getting into the story, my character was, I believe the last name was Jackson. I played the neighbor. He was kind of a neighbor that was stuck between a rock and a hard place because his wife, Jackson's wife, was so nosy and wanted to, get into everything. And he's basically called to report over to the family that's grieving because they lose their daughter at the beginning of the story. It's a tragic story, but there is a little good ending, not like a good ending, but a satisfying ending or a resolution to that. But in that particular story, I really liked how Micah directed the show. He took the initiative to change things up. He didn't just stay solely towards the writing that Mr. Fuller had put together, because the Jackson character was a lot more depressing. And if you watch the movie, there's actually a movie about that play. The neighbor Jackson is quite depressing and quite sad. At least he's kind of more somber. He's not really like a big outgoing type of character, but the way he directed the play, he gave me some instruction. My version of Jackson was more lively and a little bit more of a little bit more fiery. It was more comedic, and a little bit more. Well, I'm trying to look for the right words for it. Let's just say he kind of he don't know when he'll put his foot in his mouth a lot of times.
Kind of sometimes say the wrong things.
He'll say the wrong things to try to cover up or overcompensate for something. So I really like how you gave me that direction on that, and it made for a great show.
Okay. Yeah, but then I know then that same director of that play came over to be a cast member with BJ for Soldier's Play.
Yes. So
as y'all saw in one of the shorts when he popped up behind me and Christina there.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Small world there, but we get around.
Small world, yes, indeed, small world.
So all that. What made you interested in acting from the beginning?
Oh, let's see. What really made me interested in acting? Well, when I was a little kid, it was just something fun to do. Church plays. My home church in New Bethel would have church plays every Easter and every Christmas. And sometimes they have little smaller skit productions that didn't take up the entire service. But the big productions was Easter, which will replace the sermon, so we have like a good, maybe like an hour-long production. Same thing with Christmas, it'd be like an hour-long production. You have Jesus, you have your shepherds, you have Mary and Joseph, or with Easter, you have, of course, you have Jesus, the Sanhedrin Council, 12 disciples. And, I enjoyed doing it. And then I started getting into more church plays outside of my church congregation. So I remember I worked with Inola Johnson in a play. The very first one I did with her was, I believe the title of it was the name of her organization, actually, Shepherds and Sheep. And I played King David. And this was the first time that, first time I actually performed a monologue that was a page long. I was really, really intimidated at the time.
Okay.
But it really got my acting muscles going. That was like the first challenge that led to more things. And then what really got me just hooked on the acting was 2012. In July of 2012, actually I'll go a little further back. I'll go to January 2012. It's WrestleMania season. Y'all know I'm a big wrestling fan. And so they do this vignette and promo of The Rock, one of my favorite wrestlers. And he says, finally, The Rock has come back to, and then they have him say different cities, like different clips of cities he's been in. One of the cities he mentions is Shreveport. And I'm like, and I still had a VHS tape back then, so I'm recording the show, and I'm like, huh? Here's Shreveport? Like I'm thinking I'm hearing something. So I rewind the tape, and it said, finally, The Rock has come back to Shreveport. I'm like, Shreveport? Oh, let me rewind again. Finally, The Rock has come back to Shreveport. So then I started doing some digging, and coming to find out, The Rock had made a movie here called Snitch. So I'm like, oh, I can get in a movie with The Rock. The Rock, my favorite wrestler. I love to meet The Rock. Well, by the time I called the casting agency, Legacy Casting, which is for the extras, I asked them, I said, hi, I hear that The Rock is making this movie here, and I'd like to be in the movie. And I remember Andre was his name. He said, I'm sorry, the last day of filming was yesterday.
Oh, man.
However, 7 months later in July, KSLA News 12 or one of the local news stations announces that a big budget action movie was coming to the city. And it was going to be like Die Hard in the White House. And I always wanted to be in a Die Hard-esque movie. I actually told my uncle about it like a year before it actually happened. And come to find out, Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett were making a movie here in Shreveport, Bossier called Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, I remember you talking about that on TikTok.
And that's where I got hooked. And I remember the very first scene I worked in was not in Shreveport or Bossier. It was actually in Minden.
Oh, God.
So, to show you how green I am, I'm gonna just tell you a quick story real quick. So, our first scene, the scene was originally going to be in Shreveport, but then they moved it to Minden, I guess due to budget concerns. They had to be at a hospital. And one of the scenes was a big terrorist attack scene, and this is post-terrorist attack. So they needed victims, like inside the hospital, where they, in the triage unit, they're working on doing surgery and things of that nature, or trying to heal them, and it's blood everywhere. They turned that small Minden hospital into a fully loaded movie set that you thought was actually filmed in Washington, D.C. Wow. And just seeing the movie crew work together and seeing the makeup artists and the people that I met and actually seeing big names on the set, my eyes just glaze over, and then just this awe hit me and say, I want to do this for the rest of my life. They actually hired real-life amputees, so, if there's an explosion, there are actually limbs where they were just blown off, and this, that, and the third. They put the blood all over me and stuff like that. They had me and the other guy, one of the other actors, act out being in terror and stuff and being injured. And then after that scene, to show you how green I was, me and my uncle and my grandmother were waiting out in the car for me. I'm thinking the filming was going to be like maybe 4 or 5 hours. And that was all day. It was a 16-hour. Yeah, it was a long day on set. They're like, when you gonna get out of here? I'm like, I do not know. I don't know. And they out there waiting in the car, and then we found out, okay, this is how it works. It literally takes all day just to shoot one scene. It takes all day, and then once they come back to Shreveport, Bossier to film, it was so much adventure on that, meeting Gerard Butler and the director and even different stuntmen and stuff like that. So I know it's a long story, but that's how it got started when I got on the set of Olympus.
And I know that's the same thing you experienced, like how long it took that's what I mentioned in on the stream. That's how long it was with the Soul Mingle. We got there 5 in the morning to load up on the bus to the Strain or the Elvis Presley building. Got set up in there, and we was out all day from the before the sun rose to after the sun.
That's how it be, and people just don't understand just how long it takes just to make one scene. It really is a carefully crafted.
Because they had to keep doing multiple shots,
multiple shots, the same scene. And that's why I say time is money. And filming is so much hurry up and wait. That's what filming is a lot of hurry up and wait.
Especially when you're doing something like on a really big scale there too.
Yes. A really huge scale. And see, you got on the set before I did, Gabe, because that Soul Man was like, what, 08? Yeah, like 07, 08?
I think 08, right before
Bernie had passed. Right before Mr. Bernie Mac had passed away. And I wish I would have loved to have been on that set. I would have loved to have been on Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, too. It was a lot of...
It was right. And I know Roscoe, because when I went to Bipsy, I think they were shooting at that point, because one of my classmates was talking about they saw Monique Parker over at the Sonic over there.
Sure did. It was back to back. It was that's when, because it was post Hurricane Katrina, and that's when Shreveport experienced its first boom in film, Shreveport Bossier, because a lot of the New Orleans productions and Baton Rouge had moved up here in Shreveport. And so, and I wish I would have really gotten to that early in that first wave, but I got in late in like that last half of that first wave. So like 2012, that's when it slowly start peaking down. But we still had some stuff. We literally had maybe 1 or 2 productions a year. And then 2015, tax credits just knocked us out. But then 2016, it came back, and it was like the slow regeneration. Thank you to Governor Edwards, not Governor Edwards, I can't remember. John was right. I was correct. John Dell Edwards, actually. And then now we are kind of waiting to see what the next big thing is coming for Shreveport.
But it looked like now they're trying to bring more of that back again.
And the film industry has changed dramatically over the years. So it's not like one area monopolized the film industry. It used to just be if you wanted to get into film, you had to go to LA. Now it's not like that from what I hear. So, and I haven't yet to go to LA, but I can't wait to go to these different places and film and stuff.
Yep, like I say, it is a big thing. That it's
big.
And again, it's good that they're expanding more to areas like us too.
Yes.
And then plus not only expanding, but we get really good movies up here too.
Yes, absolutely, and a lot more people creating their own too.
So especially with YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're not really waiting anymore for the big name productions, because if you're going to be just waiting, you'll be waiting forever. So.
And I think that's it was somebody that said that they just go out and do it.
Yeah, just go out and do it. That's
just like just like you and me do what we do.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Yep, that's what you got to do. So then next is what do you like best about acting, and also what production and role did you enjoy acting in the most?
Well, what do I like best about acting? Not like I can play a different person. I mean, of course, I'm me 24/7, but they kind of show a different side of me. Like the recent production I was in, it showed a more darker side. It was fun. There were some scenes that were a little more uncomfortable, but most of the time it was fun. I'm like, I get to be a jerk and get away with it. I love it. It's like a dream job. And that's what I say, just playing a different character. Playing pretend. Technically, you just playing pretend. You are playing a different role, playing a different character. And
getting paid to play pretend.
You getting paid to play pretend. Imagine that. I always had a big imagination as a kid, and I always could say I was a little dramatic at times. So I say, well, shoot, let's go and put that on the screen or stage, and let's just do that. And that's why I say it'd be the most rewarding, to just be somebody else for once, and then have the luxury to go back into the real world. Yep, that's what I say. And then the second half of that question was,
what production and role did you enjoy acting in the most?
That's hard, because I literally now got to the point I can pick several just right off the top of my head, from this recent production with the red light. Soldier's Play is up there. I could say, oh, it's so many.
And hard to pick.
It's really, really hard. What was the ending of that quote? What's the one I like the most?
Yes, the production and also role that you enjoyed acting in the most.
So the role I enjoyed acting in the most, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give it to CJ.
Oh, you're from the Soldier's Play.
From the Soldier's Play, because that got me out of my comfort zone in a different way, because it made me a musician. Mm-hmm. So I would say, in having a chance to play the guitar and really just showcase another side of me as a musician would be
kind of something new there.
Something new. And I would say, as far as production, I'm going to go ahead and put the red light in there right now. The only reason why I say that, I had an amazing cast to work with, just like Soldier's Play. And most of the productions I've been in, I've had a great cast to work with. But red light was really good because it's my first time working in the Strand. So I'm going to give it that one, to perform in the Strand Theater and just see how that script just came about on the stage.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, like I say, as we'll discuss in the other video, yeah, you definitely pulled his weight in red light.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because had me and Christina like.
A lot of people were shocked by it. I appreciate it.
And I know our crew member Casey is definitely interested to see that when I mentioned to her that it will come out on DVD.
Yes, it'll come out on DVD and it'll be streaming too. I don't know which streaming platform, but just stay tuned. It'll be one of them.
Oh yeah. So we got the last few questions. What are some of the roles that you wish to play in the future? Something that you might be looking forward to play.
Theater-wise, and I've talked with Cherie about it. Othello. I actually did a monologue of Othello.
Oh yeah.
It was The Cause, a monologue.
I think did she had posted like on her page?
I think she posted on her page.
Okay, I may have seen that.
It was at a vegan event. Shout out to my cousin.
Okay, yeah, I think I did see that one.
And then shout out to my cousin Patrick Ladden, Seed Moss Pat. But that would be one if we talk about theater now. When we talk about theater, yeah, Othello would be one I would like to do. But film, it's so many. It's so many. Every genre. I would like to dab into every genre.
Kind of get a feel of how you feeling at that.
Yeah, I'm feeling there. And I don't know. I do want to play a villain again, but definitely on film. But do I want to play it in? I don't know. It's one franchise in particular. I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it. I'm just going to pray it happens.
You know, one in particular, just to throw in with the subject. Mm-hmm. One, I would definitely, because I think I posted about it. Well, actually, I'll say two.
Okay.
One, going with your villain role there. Mm-hmm. I would really like to see if you got cast for a remake of Nutty Professor, where be both Sherman and Buddy there. And
I can attest to that. Because my name is Sherman, and I have been the big guy, and I've been the small guy. So I know the feeling. I know the feeling. So I mean, that would be interesting. That would be a different take, because I'm not an Eddie Murphy. And shout out to Eddie Murphy, but
you'd be able to have your own kind of style.
No, my own style too. It would be comedic, but I think at the same time, I would like to put some more suspense in it, in a more serious tone.
And another one I could definitely see both me and you doing, if it was possible, us and remake of Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Now, you know what? I would love to work with Michael Bay. Because that's a Michael Bay product right there. Bad Boys. That would be good.
Because you guys, because boy, we got that Will and Martin persona.
Will and Martin persona, yep. And hey, I think that would be pretty cool. Like something like that, like a Michael Bay-esque production, like a Bad Boys. A Transformers, a big action like that.
Yeah.
Some people say that they don't like Michael Bay's style. Honestly, I like it because it's kind of like the cinematic junk food, but it's fun. The movies have a certain beauty to them. Not like pretty and nothing like that, but flashy kind of. I like how the camera zooms. I just like how the different
Zoom in on the action and stuff.
Zoom in and kind of like flows and glides through the action. I just like it. I would love this being a Michael Bay film. I'll just be honest.
And I would say one thing. Now I will admit, yeah, there's some little flaws here and there, but I really like. There's a lot that I can say that I like about it, despite the flaws. Like for one thing, how scary he made those Decepticons look.
Yes,
because and how much of a threat they were to to our heroes. Then they really it wasn't no G1 style, but you really these guys were not playing around.
They weren't playing around. They were the real deal with it, and I like the spectacle. It was just something about, and we were complaining about Transformers, critiquing it back in the day. And you know what? Here's a fun fact. Every year Transformers came out, because they always came out 2 years apart. Like the first one was the first one 07?
07.
07, because Bernie Mac was still alive.
Because me and my cousin Tiffany went to see it.
Went to go see it. And Bernie Mac was still alive, and I'll never forget the first one was definitely one of my favorites, because you had Bernie Mac, Anthony Anderson. It was a lot of good comedic bits in it, but it was still serious. And then the next one was 2009?
Right.
And then
Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen, then from 2009 to 2011?
Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon. And each one that came out those years, it was always on odd number years, 07, 09, 11. I always went to go for my birthday, because they always came out.
Oh, yeah.
Around my birthday in July. So.
And one good thing I will say, another thing, to Michael Bay's, especially the trilogy, I believe, this isn't my opinion, I believe that especially the first one, because it came out right before Iron Man leading up to Avengers.
Yeah.
Transformers kind of walked for
Iron Man and Marvel
to do the team up.
I agree with that. It was,
because they had like the team up music and everything.
Sure did, and it was kind of to me, I'm gonna say it was. I'm not saying it wasn't. It's not. They don't have fun things now, but like back then, it was a certain level of spectacle, drama, a mixture of flash but darkness, strength but vulnerability, to where it's like, we were in this Marvelization of movies, and I'm not saying I wouldn't be in a Marvel film. I mean, right amount of money, hey, I'll play any superhero. Come on, but I really just like how back then. With the Transformers series, you had your strong heroes at the same time. Shia LaBeouf had showed his vulnerability.
Oh yeah.
And he was like an ordinary man or an ordinary young adult thrown into this big extraordinary, big world. It's like, whoa, I'm not built for this. What's going on? How can I make it? And then he gets the hot chick in the end, and I had a big crush.
And he kind of
Megan Fox.
And when I first saw it, and I saw his character pop up. First thing came to my mind was Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, and you know what? It was like that. It was like a Tobey Maguire style. It was kind of like every man, that underestimated hero that conquers all odds. And that was another thing that was relatable. He was the geek that in turn saved the world, and then you get the hot chick too, like Megan Fox. Come on, man, you can't beat that.
And then he still had struggles too.
He still has struggles. Yeah, he still has struggles.
So like future. Do you? I think you may have mentioned about this before, like off screen. Do you plan to write any like books, plays, movies, or even TV shows one day?
So I have one script already written. You know about it. We had a shout out to Cherie Gray again for our playwright event. It's called In No Way Out, which will be coming soon, sometime this year. Still working on it, getting some casting and stuff together. And I do plan on writing some other productions. What format will they be in? I don't know. It could be a film, it could be a movie, TV series or web series. I would like to put a book out there. Of course, y'all know my YouTube channel, The One Ejay. So you might see it on there. You might see it in some different platforms. But I got some things coming up. I'll say.
And speaking with
can't tell all the moves.
With what you mentioned about the Rolf and Cherie Gray stuff, yeah, we do when we do. When we get around to doing like independent films for Miracle Productions, I would definitely like that. For us to do that.
Absolutely, Gabe. You know it.
Because I actually liked what I was reading in there when we read it.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, and I worked on it, and I was kind of doubtful of it, but I said, hey, look, I'm not going to say too much because I have to keep it close to the chest.
Yeah, I gotta wait till when we actually do it.
Yep, you gotta wait till we actually do it.
Yeah, otherwise we'd be like, what's his name, Mark Ruffalo spoiling stuff.
Spoiling stuff, you can't spoil it all. Yeah, you can't.
That's why what's his name that played Rhodey kept getting mad at him. They even made a joke about it in His Heat with War Machine getting mad at the Hulk.
And you know what? And speaking of Rhodey, the controversy of that from the first Rhodey to the second.
Oh yeah.
To Terrence Howard, and then
you getting casted for that Sherlock Holmes play kind of remind me of that.
That happens, and I pray it never happens to me. So that's all I can say as an actor.
It's like I guess one could say, well, wow, Rhodey really got quite a dark tan there.
Yeah. It's a big change, and that's happened many times in film and Hollywood in general. So as long as it don't happen to me, I'm good.
Oh yeah. So the final question: how long about your singing? With that, I know that's a little off topic, but yeah, he's got some singing too in him.
I got a little bit singing, hold a couple notes.
So how long have you been singing, and what do you like best about that? And also, do you have a future plans with your singing?
So as far as singing, I can go back to my childhood again. I was a little boy. I can tell you, I was a choir baby. So being the son of a musician and minister of music, you attend every choir rehearsal right along with them. And I was a choir baby. So while my mom, shout out to my mama, is playing the piano, I'm in the choir stand. I was a little lap baby, so some of the sopranos, shout out to my godmama Joyce, would be holding me and rocking me while there's music going on, or I'd just be sitting up there or being passed around. As I got older, I was still just a choir baby. I had a obsession with choirs, and that's still to this day. Now I'm a choir director at a church.
He had quite a voice on Who's on the North Side.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And I've been directing the choir ever since. But it was, of course, in elementary school we had music and choir and dance and stuff like that. Hillsdale Elementary, which has been shut down for some years. But then once I got to teenage years, we got to that awkward phase. Of course, you know, Gabe, when we
adolescent.
Yeah, adolescent, and then growing up as a teenager, it's not cool to perform. It's not cool to sing. It's not cool to act. It's only cool to rap. And I was never a rapper. So it's like I kind of shut down my own voice as a teenager. But then, I was ashamed to sing. And then my late teens, I'm probably say 19 or 20, 21, I think in my early 20s, I got back into singing. And it was in the church. As a matter of fact, I still kind of sung sporadically in my teenage years, but it was like in the choir, but I definitely did not want to lead nothing. And the thought of leading something would terrify me. So somebody said, well, Josh, we want you to lead the song. Oh, no, I don't want to do it. But then when I got in my early 20s, that shame started to wear off. And I had some rough patches, some hits and misses and this and that. But then I just kept on singing in the church, got back to directing the choir. I kept on singing. And I always had a love for music. And then I would listen to songs on the radio, or CD player, MP3, or streaming, and I would just try to imitate the singers that's on the record, or I would embellish and put my own ad-libs on there. I just kept doing that and working that muscle, and then I start to get a little bit more bold with singing. Now I don't mind leading more than one song, and now I'm getting more and more comfortable, and now I'm getting comfortable to different audiences.
Get to be yourself.
Be myself. And then I really, a couple of years ago, show you how long this journey has been. It's been like 3 years. I actually started singing. I sing outside of the church because I was just church.
Oh yeah, like you did the talent show.
The talent show. So like I'm singing songs like LTD Love Ballad, but like 10 years ago I would be like, no, I just sing in church, because you kind of use the church as a scapegoat. So you sing for the Lord. So you mess up, the worst they can say is bless your heart, baby. But yeah, I got to that point where I wanted to sing more than just gospel music, and I did that.
Branch out there.
kind of branch out. And then, what was the second half of that question? What was I?
Second half, did you, okay, I think you answered what you like best about it, right?
Yeah, what I like best about it. It's kind of just enjoying. Sometimes it's like a good venting session, or just kind of releasing my creativity.
Sort of like, I think what Michael Jackson said about writing and singing his song. It was his way of telling a lot of his stories.
Telling a lot of stories and being able to escape.
Right.
That was another thing. And I don't like showing vulnerability, but that's kind of one way to show it through music. And
sort of, it kind of reminded me of Mr. Rogers. I think a lot of time, like people asked him if he ever got mad. That was the way. What he does sing, but it was also playing the piano because he had different tones of how he, like different keys and stuff he hit to indicate his moods.
Yeah, to indicate his moods. That and I know the last part of the question was, will I ever come out with anything musically or something like that?
Like in plans of singing in the future.
I do, and stay tuned. I might surprise y'all or something. I like to keep it unpredictable.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I like
and we're not talking about Jamie Foxx's album.
Oh no, that's a classic too. That's classic. That's oh god, that's 2005, 2006. That's 21 years ago.
That's a whole other topic.
Oh that man, that's back in the day. Shout out to Jamie Foxx, and that was one of my favorite Jamie Foxx records.
Yeah, Jamie did some really good love songs.
He does. He's one of my biggest inspirations as an actor because he can act, he can sing, he can be a comedian. He can do a lot.
That's why they always be applauding when he come out on his show.
Yes, he's multi-talented.
Oh yeah,
multi-talented.
Yep. So, is there anything else that you wanted to add to that there?
Nothing but just y'all go check out my social media, my YouTube page, the one EJS. And forgive me if I look a little tired, I sound a little tired, worn out. I've had one heck of a day, a good day, but just got off work. And I have some more productions and some more things coming up in the future. Stay tuned. Of course, y'all know me as the one EJS, but I also go by Edwin Sherman or Edwin J. Sherman, my actor moniker. And y'all just follow me and y'all see what I got coming up in the future. The best is yet to come.
Oh yeah.
Staying busy.
Oh yeah. That'd be funny when you said best to come. We all of a sudden broke into that song.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That's one of my favorites. That's what I always quoted.
The best is yet to come.
That's it.
Yep. Well, that's it. Well, I guess that's all you had there.
That's all I had there.
Well, just like best to come with him, best is also coming with Miracle Productions. That's he's going to be a part of that as well too.
That's right.
Yeah. Along with the rest of our crew and everything, and we do. I'm not going to say the details, but we do have some new things coming up. Let's say. Keep watching.
Keep on watching.
Yeah, because you already see the content I'm exploding with already.
Exactly.
So as we wrap it up, definitely like, share, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so you can be notified.
That's right. And
also get our available books, as well as also support us on the Patreon, just like the Iceman Universe does. Definitely strongly encourage you to get on that Patreon too. Just as I said in the earlier video, even if it's $1 a month, we will take that too.
Yes,
so that could even help us further with what we're getting at.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And just like that, and then also you can even show him some love for being our Patreon and check out what he got going, and also support the Miracle Crew, which of course is King Gabe, Queen Tina, Big Sis Casey, Janara Nelson, and of course
the one EJS.
Oh yes, we always say people last so to get the best for last.
Appreciate it.
And definitely hang out with us on Discord, Facebook, and in the live streams. And we can tell each other stuff on that with Carrie app. And all that said, we will see y'all in the next video or live stream. Until then, y'all take care.
Peace.
And out.
That's it.